Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and here I am again with more advertising to show you guys. Anyone who wants to watch. um, so um, we'll go to these are the. I started a company in 1986 called. Originally, it was what happened was my dad had been operating under the name of Fabricare, well, since 1973, as you can see. Using the Von Schroeder system, and that's where I first started cleaning carpets way back then. Helping him on weekends and things like that. And but the business had kind of wound down, I guess you could say, and he wasn't doing much. And then 1986, I had been working at another job, wasn't getting anywhere, and decided I wanted to start up a company. And I carpet cleaning, because I figured I could do that, and I knew my dad had equipment, and I was pretty much aware that he wasn't using it anymore. He was working, being a caretaker at a camp. What was it called again? Oh, can't remember what it was called. Don't matter. Anyway, and I went to him and asked if I could use his equipment. He was using Von Schroeder, but he had actually started using the host system just before the business kind of closed down, and he didn't have the Von Schroeder equipment was all basically broken, worn out, but he had one or two host machines, and he said, you should go with this. This will be a better choice for you. And so I did go with that choice. I didn't have a choice, I guess you could say. And he also insisted that I take on my one of my brothers as a partner, and that didn't end up working out very well. I had to step away from that within a year and a half or something like that, because, well, he didn't understand the concept of a partnership. And there was other issues going on in my own life anyway, so I had to make a choice, and I stepped out of the management and running of the business. But I learned a lot, and so I wanted to show you some of the advertising that we did. This is one of the first ads that we did, and you can tell because the name was still Fabricare, because we changed the name pretty quickly too, actually. So this is one of the first ads that we did, and as you can see, we had a cousin who was very good at cartoons and whatnot, and so he created this little thing for us. He actually created our logo, which I'll get to in a minute, when we changed it. And I rode a motorbike back then. I used to go early to my job, because initially I was still working at my place I'd been working at for some time, and I'd go early to work and then park my motorbike and go for a walk for an hour or so, delivering these flyers. And then I go to work, and I did that pretty every day. And then I worked as weekends as much as I could too, with the carpet cleaning business. Now all this stuff here, by the way. Oh, interesting. Here's where we have the word Driway. I don't know why we did that. Maybe that was this actually came off of the box of host powder that we'd buy. This picture was on there, and I guess maybe they actually called it the Driway as opposed to the wet method. And then we actually grabbed that name and created Driway. I'll get to that flyer in a sec. And that was actually my brother's idea to call it Driway, but I created the logo. I'll get to that in a second. Anyway, so this is the host dry powder system, which isn't actually technically dry. It's damp, and you sprinkle it onto the carpet, and you work it in with the CRB machine, and then within 30 minutes or so, it pretty much dries, and then you vacuum it out as much as you can. But it actually never completely vacuums out, and that's one of the issues with it. Oh, I see. Interesting. I just realized. See, here we're calling ourselves Fabricare, and up here we actually have Driway by Fabricare, and then I guess we realized that we should actually just call ourselves Driway and be done with it. And that turned out to be a good choice, I think. Here's another brochure or flyer, which actually would have been earlier than that one. And I don't know if you noticed, Expo special. So this is 1986. Expo was in Vancouver that year, and that really kicked the economy going, I guess. because things were not doing well economically in Canada or BC at the time. And I guess we had somebody delivering these flyers. That's why there's this name on here. And I guess we paid them something. I don't really remember that. But it's the only reason I can think. Flood and smoke damage restoration. Boy, I don't recall us doing any of that at all. But anyway. Interesting. So, this was one of our best, I think this is one of the best brochures that we ever did. And this is where the logo and everything came into play. Originally, when I designed this logo, it had 2 water droplets in it, and then we took it to my cousin, and he came back with this single droplet, and it actually changed a little bit over time. We'll probably find it. Oh, here it is. Hang on a minute. We'll get there. Where is it? Okay, there it is right there. No drying time, no water used. I think eventually it says Driway around the perimeter later on. So anyway, this is one. I think this is one of the best looking flyers that we did. Again, here's a little description of the system, so people that understand this is not steam cleaning. And I think if you're going to do a VLM system, this is actually something you should do, is have a way of explaining really simply how it works and why it's better. And then we have pricing here. Again, I don't actually think this is a good idea to have different pricing for different rooms. That just complicates things. That's interesting, because this wording right here comes off the Von Schroeder advertising, but at the time I don't think we were actually using the Von Schroeder machines. And initially we weren't. We're using just hot water extractor machines. But as time went on and I went from being a partner to actually working for Driway, I ended up doing a lot of the furniture and used the Von Schroeder system. That was obviously a long time ago. Interesting little blurb there about the what do we call those there? The sponges. So anyway, that's interesting. Okay, now we used to there was a paper, a community paper that went out. Was a free paper. It was mostly advertising, like classifieds, called the Penny Saver. And you could buy, I think it was either I can't remember if this was the front cover or the back cover, and you could buy half of it or the whole of it. And eventually, within a couple of years, we were starting to buy the whole page. And this was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I think it eventually got up to over $1,000 for each one of these, and well, it's a long story, but yeah. But I was no longer involved in it when that was happening, so I don't take any responsibility for any of this. Interesting blurb on how things work. See, my when I stepped out of the business, I basically handed the business over to my dad. He's right here. And so I was working for them for a few years. And of course, this is kind of obviously aimed at anybody who would rent a machine. And I don't know that that's a big deal now as much as it used to be. But that was why it's this is focused on that. The cartoon is kind of cool. Oh, let's see if I can get that. Make sure if you want to read this, you can stop it, obviously. And these ads actually did work quite well, I think, for the most part. But there were actually, what was happening is that we began to discover issues with the system itself. A lot of people weren't liking the fact that they were having to vacuum the powder out of the carpet for weeks and weeks and weeks afterwards. And that's before people were using the bagless vacuums. But what I learned out of this was that it was very important to market against steam cleaning. If you're going to be VLM, fold that back. Okay. If you're going to be VLM, make sure that they understand that you're VLM. And then here we are, 91. Huh. My brother went into, he leased a spot and started an area rug cleaning plant, and he's still doing that. I have two brothers in the carpet cleaning business, by the way. He's actually changed the name to Love a Rug. Some of you might know him as Dusty, but whatever. We don't actually get along, so anyway, let's see what else we got here. I think that's all the big ads. So now, one of the things that happened, and I don't remember exactly what year this was, but within a couple of years, I think this was kind of my dad's idea more than anything. He decided that we needed to offer more than one method. So not just the Driway, but now we got rapid dry, dry emulsion, which is basically dry foam. This is the Von Schroeder system. I was actually the one using the system at the time. So if anybody wanted this method, this is I would be the one doing it with the Von Schroeder machine. Of course, I was already using the Von Schroeder upholstery machine, and we actually did have the great big machine. I can't remember what they call that thing now. Whatever. And I used the LMX. Actually, I really think it's a terrible machine. The carpet machine is. The upholstery machine is fine. I like it quite a lot. So the idea was that, we'll get to it in a minute. There's another brochure that's going to come up that's really quite interesting. So anyway, this is all about the dry emulsion or dry foam cleaning. And then on the back, we're advertising Lug-A-Rug, area rug cleaning plant. And there's the plant right here. So, and I had nothing to do with any of these ads. I actually thought I didn't like this idea, but I'll get to that in a minute. No, okay. Now, my brother worked with a guy that was doing blind cleaning, and I don't know exactly how he did this, or I think he hired somebody. He bought one of those tanks that you stick the blinds in, and he kind of made an effort to get blind cleaning, and I don't think this lasted very long. Lug-A-Blind by Lug-A-Rug. I guess he hired somebody to go and do it, and I don't think this happened for very long. One of those ultrasonic tanks. Okay, and here's another one of his ads for Lug-A-Rug, and he had this cartoony thing. This actually became a there's another one. There was a cartoon thing. He had a costume made, and a person would stand up by a very busy road and waving a sign. And there was another one called Luggy, which was obviously the male version of this, and it actually created quite a stir. It's actually good advertising. He actually had somebody standing there by the road with a sign and waving it and everything, and that was a good idea, because it was right beside a very busy road coming right into Victoria. Okay, and here's where it gets confusing. Okay, so here we are now. They decided, I had nothing to do with this. In fact, I think when they asked me, I said, not a good idea, because what they started to do is advertise 3 different systems. And here's one brochure or flyer, whatever, with 3 systems. They got together with a steam cleaner guy and made a deal with him, and so they would advertise steam cleaning, and here's pricing. And then if you notice, there's 3 different pricings. Steam cleaning, rapid dry, which is the Von Schroeder dry foam system, and the original dry cleaning, which is the host system. So 3 different methods, 3 different pricings. And I said, that's not a good idea. You're just confusing the whole thing. And that's one of the things I learned by watching this and seeing how people reacted. If you're going to advertise a different method, in my opinion, you separate your marketing. You can market against one another, as it were, but to advertise 3 different things like this, I think it's not a good idea. Interesting. Here we have the rapid dry, which is actually the Von Schroeder system, and he's got a picture of a rotary machine, which of course wasn't what was used. And here's the host machine. So we got the the 1, 2, and 3 systems, the steam cleaning on the back, the host system here, the Von Schotter system here. Oh, that's interesting. I just realized the pricing is on both sides. I think this is a jumbled mess, personally. And this is, actually this is the same thing, I guess. Yeah, this is just on a thinner paper. Rapid dry, and then I don't know where this was coming from, but all of a sudden we have rapid dry carpet cleaning, the Qualicare cleaning system. What does that mean? I mean, I think, and then recommended by Driway Fabric Care. Like, the confusion on this is amazing. This was my dad's work. My dad came up with this, and I think he designed this, and yeah, this wasn't good. Nothing on that side. Okay, here's something. I believe these were used in a customer, like a newsletter or whatever that would be sent out to customers. This would be, folded up into an envelope and sent off to the regular customers. My dad was always trying to get me, later on when I started Oxy-Dry, to advertise to my customers, and I always said, nope, not doing it. I've never done it, and I won't do it. I know maybe you don't agree with that, but I learned that the most important thing to do is just advertise creating new business all the time. If you've done a good job, they'll come back. I guess that's just another one of those combination ones. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, okay, here's another version. Same idea. Oh, maybe you want to see that. Oh, over here we have stain removal guide. Now, this is not a good stain removal guide. Nobody's going to read this. That's a waste of time, in my opinion. Oh, here's another one of the, that's just the same, I think. Is it different? No, it's the same as the one I showed earlier. Here's that other 3 methods on the same flyer. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, this is just the 2. The steam cleaning is not on this one. Okay, but same idea. Again, I think that's a very bad idea. From a marketing point of view, I think that confuses the customer. It muddies your message. This is another letter that went out to the customers. I just don't think that's a good idea. Waste of time, waste of effort, waste of money, waste of energy. Oh, here we are. Here's a rapid dry flyer. Oh, and here on the other side we have a lug-a-rug thing. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Again, I had no input on any of these brochures. Will clean your carpet for 3 months. The idea being that the host powder will keep absorbing and cleaning, as it were, which I don't think is actually something you want to say to people. I really don't think that's something, yeah. People aren't going to like the idea that there's just powder in their carpet for months and months afterward. I don't think so, anyway. Guarantees in-home cleaning with no soggy wet mess. Nope. Neighbor's mowing the lawn. So this is the back of the brochure. This is, of course, it's actually not a bad, the whole thing's not a bad idea, yeah, I guess that looks pretty good. Recliner, $30 for a recliner. Well, imagine that, eh? 9-step, what's this? Oh, this is about lug-a-rug. Okay, this is about the area rug cleaning plant. So you can read that if you want. That's actually not a bad idea. That picture's good, I like that. He's still doing that and doing well at it, I believe. Oh, here we are. We got the blind cleaning, rug cleaning, in-home cleaning, and furniture cleaning. And the multiple methods again. But again, I think this just confuses people. And then there's the multi-choice price list. Again, it just confuses them, I think. Way too much. And here we have the blind cleaning on the back. What's this? Oh, okay. Anyway, this is that's the same thing there. Here we are. Oh, and this is a little bit later where, okay, let's go over here. First of all, Driway. This again is the dry powder system here. And I think this was later on, a few years later, where my dad picked up the, when I started in when I started, 95? No, yeah, that's right, 95. Is that right? Yes. Oxy-Dry, and I was using ozone, and my dad picked up on that and started incorporating that into, then they changed to the rotary system, pad system. My dad and my other brother were now working together, and he started incorporating ozone. They did eventually drop the ozone, anyway, this is a much simpler flyer, at least. And he called it Rapid Dry, and I guess he wanted to kind of create. This was my dad. I think this was my dad's idea to call it Rapid Dry, I guess he was still working with my other brother here with Driway, and then they separated. Anyway, let's see. And then, oh wait a minute, I got another one. This is another, the 3-month one, which I showed you. Yeah, that's pretty much the same. Nothing new in that one. Three carpet cleaning systems. Yeah, not. I really don't think this is a good idea. Let's open it up here. Here we go. I mean, people aren't gonna. They're not gonna read this. You know, it's just. Oh, and then my brother, he was renting these machines. He actually was using the SIBO machines as rentals and renting them to people. Anyway, it would work okay, I guess. Although the SIBO is not a great wearing machine. It's not, not meant for a lot of use, really. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, well, we'll go to this one first. Oh, furniture cleaning. And then on the other side, we have Lug-A-Rug again. And then, my dad, this is my dad's idea again. He, well, he came up with all these weird, now all of a sudden he's calling himself germ busters. I don't know, not sure what he was doing. Now he talks about the dry zone system, germ busters. Yeah, my dad was, oh, and look, there's a picture of the Von Schroeder machine there. And then, over here, he's called Dry Zone. Actually, I kind of like the logo. The logo looks kind of cool. And then it talks about ozone and everything. Oh, and this is when this is my youngest brother here, was working with my dad, and now he runs the business totally. Actually, my dad passed away not too long ago. But anyway, Nathan's running this business Driway, but he's gotten away from all the confusion that my dad was Yeah, my dad was wanting to go in all kinds of directions. I actually like this ad here. This is a good one. I think my brother Nathan designed this one. This is definitely a much better looking. But the confusion was, you've got the original logo and the name of Driway, and then this name here. He did drop this and just went back to just being Driway, which I think was a better way to go. And yeah, some information here, helpful information when you're wanting to let people know that you're different. So anyway, so that maybe give you guys some ideas, and there's some history there going back more than 30 years. So anyway, hopefully that'll be interesting to some of you. So have a good day.